to the Daily Grind. We're on the Daily Grind. We're live. Marie's
Yeah, ben voilà, yeah,
Are you watching? And I'm on the Daily Grind. I did tell Marie I would be live today.
Excellent. Bonjour.
Yeah. What are we bonjour, bonjour.
Alors aujourd'hui nous cuisinons la choucroute alsacienne, which is my terroir in Alsace.
Oh, I can't
I'm
wait.
very excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I have to All right, so here, this is welcome to French cooking class. Are you ready to cook? Excited. Hi, Ali. And I'm going to turn you around to so Chef can talk to you. Okay, here we go.
This beautiful aroma of the choucroute. So welcome everybody. Bonjour. Good morning. My name is Christophe. This is Josephine, my beautiful wife, helping me.
I just want to go through some of the COVID regulations in New South
Okay,
Wales.
let's traveling to to Alsace, which is a beautiful part of France. It's probably one of the best places in France. That's my region, that's why. So we're going to northeast of France, which is on the German border. So do you know where's the Rhine River? Yes. So we're just going in Alsace, which is on the Rhine River side. Alsace, beautiful Alsace. So Alsace is very, very special because we've got a microclimate. Alsace is protected per the Vosges mountain, so we've got this lovely couple, Peter and Cathy, who went with us to Alsace before this funny virus coming. We had a good time over there. So actually we've got the Vosges mountain who protect Alsace from the snow and the bad weather. That's why in one side we've got a beautiful wine, Alsace wine, and in the other side, but we haven't got wine because we've got the snow. And I just talk about 40 kilometers distance. It's not 200 to 300 kilometers like Australia. So small place, but lots of diversity, lots of different climate in just a little France, which is 14 times smaller than Australia. It's amazing. Okay, so of course in this place it's cold in winter, okay? So we haven't got any citrus, any lemon, any oranges, because it's snowing in winter, yeah? So what is the issue of this, do you think? Our body need vitamin C, yes? That's correct? So how we can survive if we haven't got vitamin C? In the past, people used to die from the scorbut. What's the scorbut in English? Yeah. Because there was no vitamin C. That's the reply today with the choucroute, sauerkraut. The fermentation of the cabbage actually will create vitamin C for your body. So the nurture is quite amazing. Okay. So I remember with my grandparents, in a garden was lots of big cabbage head. We used to, with a special mandolin, to cut them, put all the cabbage in a big oak barrel, actually, yeah, with a little bit of water and rock salt, and a big, let's say, the wooden plate on top, and a big stone, and leave to ferment it whole winter. That was the choucroute. That was the food for winter, because as you imagine, when it's 2 meters of snow over there in small villages, in the past, that was difficult to move or to go to shopping. There was no shopping. So you just have to survive with the product you made in summer, basically. Okay? Like the meat. Lots of smoked meat because there was no fridge in the whole time. Even in my grandparents' place, I am born like this. I lived with my grandparents for a long time. There was no fridge. So the only way to preserve your meat was actually to smoke. Okay, so the process is very simple for the pig, for the lard, for example, the speck, as we say in English. We used to put the speck in a long wooden tray and put some rock salt or Guérande salt, the salt from Brittany. So that's a real salt. It's not white. Salt can't be white. And that's an organic salt. It has to be a bit grey. Okay. Juniper berries, because the juniper trees in our forest, it's native from the place. It's full. So that was the épice, aroma for the meat, the smoked meat, or the choucroute. We used to put some bay leaf, of course. That's going everywhere. And if we had a little bit of time, dry time, leave in this saumure for 2 weeks. And after this, there was a smoke actually in the chimney, suspended, okay, in the chimney for another 2 weeks with green hardwood. So what's a green hardwood we can find in east of France? Oak and elm tree, even birch tree. That's the types of wood we used to get to smoke the meat for 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, and after suspended in the attic for the whole year, never moved, no fly, no, because it was always fresh. We had a beautiful cellar as well. It was always cold. But there was when I was little with my grandparents. But that's funny now because climate change. This region here can reach 40 degrees in summer. Can you imagine that? It's crazy. We need a fridges now. We can't do that anymore. Okay, traditional recipe, sauerkraut. So we're going to cook the cabbage, and with this beautiful smoked meat. And after this, I will show you also to turn some beautiful potato on a plate. So I will do the demonstration first, and each station will realize their own recipe. I will also light your gas stove, okay, just for safety, okay? Alors, first of all, we will use what we call lard fat, which is a pork fat or duck fat. For me here, I've got lots of duck fat. I create my own duck fat. I've got I cook so many ducks for the restaurant. Duck fat is very, very tasty. It's beautiful. Okay. So I'm going now to slice finely an onion. So I just sit my onion on a cutting board. Cut in half. This is the root system over there. So I'm going to slice these onions and leave this part on. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cut.
You can
2
move
layers.
it if you want to see, chef, so you can actually move a bit closer. And you need to get rid of this.
So again, that's all the vegetables we can find in our terroir of Alsace. Cold climate. Onions, cabbage, potato, beetroot. Okay? Now I'm going to sweat these beautiful onions. And I've got next to me, of course, which grapes we've got in Alsace, do you think? Which types of grapes we've got in Alsace? Cold climate, Riesling, of course. Pinot Blanc, which is Auxerrois, Gewürztraminer, Pinot Gris, Pinot Noir, and Muscat. Huh? So, Muscat is probably a bit too fruity and too sweet. We will take a nice dry Riesling. Huh? I'm happy we're going to my region today.
Normally we'd be getting ready to go again because we go every September with our tour group. So we're just pretending in class.
So Alsace, it's very unique in whole France because the architecture and the culture are to compare with Vosges, which is just the other side of the mountain, 40 kilometers away, is completely different. Alsace was German 2 times during the Prussian and the Second World War. So of course we've got a German influence to Alsace, and we've got a dialect actually over there, which is the Alsatian dialect, very close from the German language. Okay. Spread the onions in a duck fat. This is lovely in the winter.
Again, you wouldn't use olive oil because in Alsace there's no olive oil. It's animal fat for cooking.
So just 3-4 minutes, You can smell the onions, it's lovely. I already start to cook the pork box. You know, because we need at least 1.5 hours. Alors, typical charcuterie from Alsace. The whole ox, we just have to boil it and cook for 1.5, 2 hours, okay? Until soft. It's too rich anyway to cook with the sauerkraut. It's too fatty, too rich, okay? So we cook that separately, just in a normal water. Don't add any salt, nothing, just like this, okay? Okay, now, let's add our beautiful choucroute. Alors, la choucroute, we soaked and we rinsed the choucroute before because it's a bit too acidic, yes?
So in your recipe, it actually says, you know, to leave it on under cold running water, and I've got there for 15 minutes, but you know, it does need a good rinse.
Okay.
And this what will take that bitterness out. That and leave it overnight in water if you've got time. Yeah.
Okay, let's make a nice bouquet garni, which is romarin, stem of parsley, laurier, which is bay leaf, okay, just to give a nice flavor. And we need also the spice will give very special flavor, juniper berries. Aha! Yeah. Yes. Juniper berries.
I was wondering what to do with them.
That's going in our rice like a vest. You know?
They're native, they're indigenous to that area, the juniper berry.
In the old time, they used to make a gin with juniper berry. Huh? That's coming from the original. And it's not on your recipe, but you can add it, clove, 2 cloves.
Oh,
Okay?
sorry.
The spices, clove, and juniper berry. I like that. Oh, I just love it. Okay? Very, very nice. This nice little bouquet garni. Okay?
Did you squash the juniper berry?
No.
They're whole.
No, because they're too colorful. Okay. Crush the garlic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have now to the glaze with this beautiful Alsace Riesling. Ja.
Ja.
Prends par une fois. C'est comme ça qu'on parle en Alsace, hein? Ja. Nobody speak French or Alsacien? No, okay.
Probably start swearing at us now.
This is
You wouldn't know.
chicken stock. I already cooked before, just to get some beautiful liquid. Yeah. What's missing? Do you think? Salt. Be careful with the salt. Not too much. You know why? Because charcuterie, that is already salted.
All the smoked meats.
So be careful with that. Okay. Natural salt, which is less powerful than the rock salt you can find here. That's coming from Guérande, a beautiful place in Bretagne, Brittany, west of France. Okay. Sel de Guérande, natural, organic. That's why it's grey, it's not white. Huh? Okay, super. Now, for the flavor, let's cook this beautiful charcuterie. What is charcuterie? Smoked sausages. I finally make my local butcher to make that for my village. And he said, "Ah, bloody French!" that is very good sausages. So that's pork sausages, of course, and I asked him to smoke. That's fantastic. I think that's a good result. And that's local, you know? Okay. Sausages on top, and also the speck. I already cut the speck. At home you can leave a whole piece if you like and cut later. Okay? I think for the class it's better to cut before. Voila. Put the speck on top just to give a nice flavor. Going to the boil, and after we will cook that slowly for a good hour. After we will remove the charcuterie. That's Frankfurt sausages or Vienna sausages. We will cook them at the end, not near. If you put them near, they will crack. Okay. Super. Any question at the moment? So it's enough liquid. It's beautiful. Leave to cook this beautiful choucroute. pepper, a little bit of pepper, which is not coming from the terroir of Alsace, of course, but you know, we've got lots of colony here in France, huh? So peppers coming from Madagascar, huh? Okay? White of pepper, a little bit of spicy. Do we use a chili, do you think, in Alsace? No, huh? Oh, it's shocking if you bring chili over here. Very shocking.
But you get the peppering from the mustard.
Right?
So your company, a dish of mustard, Dijon mustard.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
got the bite with the mustard.
Yeah, that's right.
It's interesting how different, huh?
Now we have to cook.
And the sauerkraut and the Riesling.
Cut in half. Okay, so I just like to make something pretty on your plate. So let's turn the potato. So you've got a beautiful knife. Give a nice shape to the potato like this. Okay, potato. So at the hospitality school, they used to come to check if they've got 7 faces and put on a scale 50 grams. Okay, if not, 2 points off. So what we, you know, it was trick the teacher sometimes. We used to catch much more and put all the pieces. They used to weight actually the pieces of potato to make sure it's not too much, even more sometimes than the potato. We used to put that in the pocket. So my mom told me one day, I can't understand why it's always pieces of carrots or potato. Okay? Well, let's do a beautiful little potato. I think it's royal because we've got the pork ox, which is made the choucroute royal. We've got 3 different meats. So we've got 4 different meats today. Charcuterie, and we say charcuterie in French, on this choucroute, which is pretty good for Australia. Because all the other one, we can't really find it, the charcuterie here. Like the saucisses de Morteau, which is another place in Lorraine. Beautiful thick sausages made for the choucroute. Montbéliard sausages, coming from Montbéliard, so we are far from Montbéliard. I will sit the potato on top of my choucroute. Yeah. Leave them to cook, don't put any salt, that's not necessary, it's already salted. Leave to cook, so let's say 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes maximum, and we will remove them. Okay, that's fine. It's always better when the potato cooked in a choucroute than separately in a water. Got a much more flavor. Okay? Excellent. So good. On top as well, okay? So, even with the mask, huh? It's no problem. Alors, I just take a little knife. Make sure the knife's going inside. Yes, beautiful. It's already cooked for me. For you, we need a bit more time. So I'll remove the potato now. Is cut them in 3 pieces, which is still a good portion per person. You know what I mean? Still okay. So I will now place this oil on top of your choucroute to finish to cook. Now it's okay, we remove the fat. Okay. Make sure it's not too dry. Your choucroute might start to be a bit too dry. So we'll start to add a little bit of water, just a bit of water. Make sure it doesn't doesn't stick. Okay. The soup on the side of the pot to make sure it's not too much juicy. Okay, that's not a soup, huh? We put the choucroute in the middle. Yeah. Okay, this is the choucroute. Okay. Voilà, typical choucroute.
Oh, yay!
So we
Beautiful. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. Go sit down.
Now I might go and sit down. But thank you for joining me on this very special French daily grind. I still have a little bit of coffee. So Josephine, but we'll post the results. So
Yes, we'll show you the results and we'll taste the results.
Yes.
It's a wonderful recipe, especially for winter.
And
It's
the
very
bottom
healthy.
line is, if you're in New South Wales, get yourself down to Le Très Bon for a cooking class.
I look forward to seeing you.
Yes,
Have a
I
happy
think
day.
next week there
Truffles.
is a truffle one. I'm hoping to get down for that. Mwah.
Have a
See you
happy
later.
day.
Au revoir. Au revoir. See you guys. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining me wherever you are in the world for this French cooking class right here in Bungendore, New South Wales. Take care. Bye.